These are the corrections for section 8.2 from the chapter 8 test. And on these problems we'll be graphing and writing equations. These are rational equations, and so first of all, I know that x plus 2 means I'm going to move to the left 2 places. I know this negative tells me that it's going to be reflected. It also kind of gives me an idea of how to do the slope when I get to the graphing part. And the plus 1 at the end tells me that my graph's going to be shifted up 1. So those are the transformations. So I'm going to move left 2 and up 1, and that's my new sort of center where I'm going to draw my asymptotes like that. So from that center point, I'm basically going to use this like a slope. I'm going to go down 1 and over 1, and then I'm going to reflect it on the other side, and then I just kind of draw through and make my lazy L in both directions. I have all real numbers for my domain except x cannot be -2 because we shifted it left 2. And the range is also all real numbers except y cannot be 1 because we shifted it up 1. For the next problem, we have 4, so it's stretch of 4. There's not anything with x, so we don't have to worry about that. The -1 tells us down 1. So when I move down 1, that's going to be my new asymptote, and the x-axis was the other, the y-axis was the other one. Now from there, basically I'm going to have a slope of 4. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And from this back here at this center point, down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, back 1. And then I'm going to have my lazy L, and I'm going to have my lazy L. Notice that this has to be approaching this horizontal asymptote. So all real numbers for the domain except x cannot be 0. And all real numbers for the range except y cannot be -1. Because that point right there is is 0, -1. Alright, if I'm given the graph f of x equals 1 over x and I'm going to reflect it, that means it's going to have a negative. If it's going to go 3 to the right, that's going to be x minus 3, and 7 up, that's going to be at the end. So that's my answer. F of x equals -1 over x minus 3 plus 7. Number 17, I have 1 over x. If I shift left, that's going to be plus 5. And if I shift down, it's going to be minus 6 at the end. So f of x equals this. And the last one, if I have a stretch of 3, I can write it as 3 times 1 over x. And down 5 would be minus 5. I can also write it as 3 over x minus 5 because that's the same thing. So either or.